That one, it stays 5-4. 1 point lead for the Hoosiers as Garzone will take it over the timeline. Gives to Parrish. No dribbles for her. She'll find Chesky right wing. Feeds Striplin in between the half circle towards Garzone. Thinks about a three right corner. Now drives in on Scott. Backing down, gets double teamed. It almost went up to the backboard, and the somewhat of a rebound is controlled by Falatea. She'll hand it ahead towards Peyton Scott. Poked by Chesky in a steal. She'll get it right back. Far side, moving up towards the middle. Gives it towards Parrish, fumbles it a little bit, and gives to Moore McNeil, who will start things off. Receives a screen from Striplin, gets a switch. Moore McNeil working on Kelly, backing her down. Fadeaway lefty jumper is pure. From the right elbow, it's 7-4 Indiana with 6:40 to go in the first.
Really important bucket for Moore McNeil. She had 4 points in both of her last 2 games. They'd love to see more offensive production from her.
Falatea will look to start the Ducks off as they ready a substitution at the scorer's table. Fed inside to Shea, backs around and gives to Scott at the top of the key. Thinks about one, pull-up jumper from the free throw stripe is no good, and Parrish has another board.
Sydney Parrish, one of the best rebounders on this team, leads the team with 5.5 a game.
Jump pass towards Chesky, feeds to Striplin, whose mid-range shot from the left elbow goes wide off the right side of the rim. Falatea, right wing, finds Kelly, who's been held off the scoreboard thus far. Kelly, right side wing, receives a screen from Che and gets switched on to Garzone. And an errant pass towards the far side of the court was looking for Peyton Scott, but it went too wide. And it's another turnover for Oregon as they're down by 3 with 5, just under 6 rather, to go in the first quarter here from Gainbridge.
Yeah, Oregon, a little bit of a slow start. They look a little rattled, a bit miscommunication every time they get down on that offensive end. And a perfect start for Indiana. Moore McNeil, 2 points, that's big.
Make it 5 turnovers thus far for the Ducks. Lexus Bargesser checks into the game in place of Jordan Garzone. Moore McNeil receives a screen from Meister, stops at about 18 feet out, backs out and pressed by Kelly. Now double team looking to feed inside. Takes a step, finds Bargesser wide open right corner, right wing three is cash. Lexus Bargesser, only her 6th three-pointer of the year, but now it's a 6-point lead, 10-4 for the Hoosiers. Other way, fed low, moving on the block is Sarah Rambis. She steps up and it goes out of bounds. Indiana basketball.
Back-to-back turnovers for Oregon where there's just miscommunication. Rambis was trying to send it back out to the top of the key, and it just went past her intended target.
6 now turnovers for the Ducks as Bargesser will cross over the timeline with 5:10 to go first quarter. Both teams have all their timeouts remaining. 10-4 the lead. Bargesser looks to her left, finds Chesky. Left corner three on its way. Cash! Chesky now with 8 on the day, and it's 13-4 Hoosiers. Batted away, loose ball at the baseline. Bargesser picks it up. Baseball pass ahead. Can Chesky field it? Yes, she has to loop at the baseline. Finds to Parrish. Fakes a shot, drives in, off the glass, scores. Sydney Parrish extends the lead for the Hoosiers to 11. Kelly Graves might think about calling a timeout, elects not to do it as the next stoppage will be the media timeout. 4.5 to play first quarter. Kelly shakes off Bargesser at the top of the key. One-hand pass to Sophia Bell. Fed inside for Rambis. She's working on Meister, gets double teamed by Bargesser. Loses the ball, gets it right back. Kelly right wing with 6 on the shot clock. Receives a screen. Fed inside. Great pass from Rambis. Draws a foul. Meister gets whistled for the shooting foul, and Sarah Rambis will go to the line for 2 after the media timeout.
Andrew, that's a perfect start for Indiana. We talked about how they're the offensive force. Oregon is the defensive, and so far the offense has beaten the defense. The Ducks, they've had a lot of turnovers themselves, one of the best teams at forcing turnovers, but Indiana has looked cool, calm, and collected, and part of the reason could be the home crowd that has started to fill in a little bit more for the Hoosiers.
15-4 with 4:13 to go in the first quarter from Indianapolis. It's the Big Ten Women's Basketball Tournament on WIUX, your home for Hoosier Sports. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Ray Myers is back out there, so the top D line is on the ice. Rosenberg out there as well. He'll win the draw in their own defensive zone, and it flips out to Myers. Myers looking to push things ahead. He goes down to the ice, and Cincinnati takes it away. Here's Kempa. He shoots. It goes high. Bearcats still control with Dylan Marks, the man from Fort Wayne, controlling near side. Flips into netting, comes back down to earth, and DiLorenzo's there to poke it away. Still controlled. The Hoosiers have it in between their own hashes, and it's from Timmons to Myers. Myers goes back to Timmons. He'll move it up towards the top Brandenburg tried to flip it ahead to Rosenberg, but Cincinnati takes control instead. Kempa between the circles, shoots, goes wide. Tried to throw it on, Cincinnati still controls. To the center, Rosenberg pokes it away, backhanded pass, straight to Ruffner. Ruffner with some speed, takes it over the blue line, cuts to the center and changes his mind. Flips off for Rosenberg. Rosenberg behind the goal, he threw one in front. Nobody was there to pick up the pieces. And a stop and they'll go the other way. Flipped ahead, quick pass to Rosenberg on his tape, he loses it. Good stick work, but it's poked away instead by Cincinnati. That's Alex Church trying to throw one cross-ice pass, but good defense by the Hoosiers. Still controlled far side, and a tripping penalty upcoming. Cincinnati will head to the box for the first time today. That looks like it's going to be Zach Royce, who will get called for tripping as soon as the Bearcats touch the puck, which they'll do now. First power play upcoming for the Hoosiers, who are 30%, so 3 of 10, succeeding on the year, as the first penalty of the day awarded to Alex Church. 2 minutes for tripping.
Yeah, pretty clear trip in the far corner there. Deep in your offensive zone, taking that penalty, that's rough for Cincinnati. But Indiana's had all the pressure early, and you're not surprised that they earned this power play, and we'll see if they can capitalize just into the first period.
Well, the penalty kill for Cincinnati, the best in the conference at 90%. As Jeremy wins the draw, tries to throw it on net. It's loose between the hashes, and it goes down low. Jeremy to Byram. We'll throw it right back. Cuts south to north. Leaves it for DiLorenzo, who quarterbacks. Gives to Byram. Has a lane to shoot, won't take it. Top of the point. DiLorenzo shoots. It went wide. Good blocker save made by Caden Dalton. Byram thrown down low on the backhand of Jeremy. He'll cut around. Jeremy towards the center. Dump off for DiLorenzo. Looks towards the net. Changes his mind. Back out to Byram. Mid-slot shot. He won't take it. Jeremy's there. And it's flipped out. Byram's able to keep it in by some stroke of luck. Thrown low. They want another penalty. Jeremy flips to the top side, and that's going to go to DiLorenzo. DiLorenzo down low again. 1:10 left on the power play. Jeremy dumps off for D'Lo. Simino there as well. Point-to-point pass. Here's Jeremy. Down low for Simino. It went errant. Cincinnati can't get the puck on their stick. Byram. He'll give to DiLorenzo, who starts at the high slot. He puts one on. Kick save, but it's loose. And finally cleared by the Bearcats as it goes all the way down. As nobody's there, it's instead going to be Zielinski who plays it first. Goes behind the cage from south to north. 33 seconds left on the power play for the Hoosiers. And they'll look to start something off. Cross-ice pass, a saucer finds Rosenberg. He takes it over the blue line. Couple of stick moves, and he gets poked away by Caden Ancona. Going down to the ice is McClure. He's able to re-corral himself, and a traffic jam as Rosenberg comes away. Rosenberg to the center, gets dispossessed by Jacob Kempa. They'll still fight for it with 9 seconds left on the power play, and another successful penalty kill for the moment for Cincinnati. As McClure will look to get things started. Not really a ton of shots taken by the Hoosiers as Slavin dumps this off to Rosenberg. At the blue line and flipped into the zone for Rosenberg. He's got a lane on net. He shoots. It goes high. It was deflected in front by Ancona. Thrown low, Rosenberg, south, in alone, Slavin, he shoots, he scores! It's 1-0 Indiana. Luke Slavin gets the Hoosiers on the board.
The puck fell right to him in the perfect spot, in the slot right in front of the goal. Deposits it into the top right corner. The bench is loving it, and it's a 1-0 lead for Indiana. After not getting many good shots in the power play, they capitalized just after, possibly with a tired Cincinnati defensive core.
Make it 12 goals on the year for Luke Slavin, the junior from Fishers, Indiana. The third line left winger getting it done again. He scored against Michigan and will put the Hoosiers up 1-0 early in this one.
Well, this is, like you said, a very good start for Indiana. They're already up by 5 here in the top of the second, and Kraft, the lefty, faces the righty. Scales, Chopper. Picked up. Malamazian struggles with the transfer. And Scales will be safe at first.
I'm not sure if it was the transfer, if the ball was wet, or he just mishandled it or whatnot. We've already seen the weather play a little bit of an effect with Landon Akers losing the bat on a swing early on in this game. And if that was because the ball is wet, Indiana is going to be not very happy with that, obviously.
Now we take a look at the Indiana defense. Malamazian in at short today, played short in the home opener against Xavier. That was because Cerny was getting a rest day. First strike of the at-bat in by Kraft. In a 5-0 game, here's McKay Whitaker, designated hitter, only 1 for 8 on the season. Short ground ball, foul on the right-hand side. Hanley was getting ready to play that and try and turn 2, but it was foul, so 0-2.
Yeah, it's interesting to see McKay Whitaker getting the nod today, especially in a big game against Indiana on the road. Only his 9th at-bat of the season up to this point.
Third pitch of the at-bat's a ball that's just inside towards Whitaker.
It is worth noting, Andrew, though, that in those at-bats, he has found a way to hit a long ball and has also driven in 4 runs in those 8 at-bats up to this point in the season.
What a breaking ball from Kraft, 73, and had Whitaker frozen. There's a backwards K. 1 away here in the top of the second. Just look at how much this slides over. Whitaker doesn't think so. He's quite literally taken out of his swing, and it just drops into the middle of the plate.
It's tough to hit, especially when that ball looks like it's coming right at you at first, and then it just drops right into the strike zone. I mean, you said it, Andrew. Those are not easy to hit.
Pickoff attempt, and now they've got him in a pickle. Scales over towards first. He'll run back towards first, and making the tag is Kraft. They got him. So 2 quick outs, and the bases are now cleared. Good play by Kraft to come in and help.
Well, I don't think jet lag has been a problem for this Indiana team after that trip out to Los Angeles over the weekend. The Hoosiers have looked nearly as sharp as they have all season long in these weekday games, and so if you're Jeff Mercer, you have to like what you're seeing from your group so far.
So now 2 away. And the first pitch to the catcher, Mason Acton, is a ball. Acton, not a guy who's played a ton this year. He's only played 12 games. Started 10 of them. Looks at ball 2. Charlie Reif, usually the catcher, who's not playing today. Catchers who play a lot, they deserve a rest day every once in a while. It's a very demanding position. 3-0 towards Acton, and the wind, the delivery from Kraft. And a 4-pitch walk. So Bellarmine still with some hopes to lighten the load on their pitching staff.
Well, you've got Seth Sweetchick coming up now, who you mentioned leads this Bellarmine team in home runs on the season too. So if anybody's going to get you going, at least in the long ball, this is the guy who you want at the plate.
0-0 with 2 away. Sharp grounder to Moore. 1-hop throw straight to Hanley from corner to corner. And that's the end of the top of the second. Kraft comes in and records 3 outs. It's still 5-0 Indiana after 1.5 innings. It's round 2 of Indiana versus Purdue, this time in Bloomington in Assembly Hall. Let's head to the highlights from Sunday at the Hall. Starting in the second half, Purdue controlled the first, but here's Leo with a steal ahead to Galloway. He slams it home and makes it a 7-point game. Now with at the 15-minute mark, another one where down low for Renew. He'll slam it home, and that ties the game at 39. Heading towards the under 10 mark, Rice down low for Ballo with an easy layup, puts Indiana ahead by 13. And now, with even less to go, Galloway will dribble at the top. And look at this screen. He gets a little lost, and then up to the big fella who jams it home for an easy 2. Indiana in full control, and the bench and the fans are loving it. Another look at that. Galloway looks off Goody in the left corner and just goes straight up to the big man, Omar Ballo, for an emphatic slam. And Galloway with another special play to end the day in the Hall on senior day. He knocks this one home, a big 3. That's the dagger for Indiana. They win this one 73-58 in the Hall.